good day to you. The next part we need, and the last part we are going to implement for our project, is the page for our product courses. This is such that we have a course or a product and we can design it as a landing page, or we can sell it as a fundamental course or product. The process is very similar to a blog or article, meaning I need to create a product and then design a template for my product page. Let's go together, guys, and define a course in our WooCommerce. In WooCommerce, I have an option where I can define a product. Now, WooCommerce also has some general settings that we need to do, like pricing, units, and other things that we have mentioned before. We won't go over them again now. Instead, we will create a product. I want to create a course named Course. WordPress Plus Training, okay. I also want some text, so I'll use lorem ipsum. Let's assume we've already set it up and now we want to create its page for ourselves. I'll say, okay, let's use lorem ipsum. I can choose an image for it, and for the price, I can say, okay, 100,000 tomans, or maybe 1,000,000 tomans. We know all of this. And if needed, we define an exceptional price for it. Let's leave the rest and see the page we created for a product. When I open this product individually, it should display a very simple looking product for me. You see, it shows me the style that WooCommerce itself has. Now I want to bring this to the page I have in mind and set an image for it. Let me choose an image. Let's put the course's own cover for it. This becomes our course cover. And this becomes the page we have. So false, so. Sometimes I want to simply create our course page like this. I've also placed my image. And I want to make a purchase as a user. The rest of the things are related to WooCommerce, which we have learned. But sometimes I want to create a specific template for here. I can easily go into the themes, the page builder for single products. Guys, I can define a new template for the single product page. And now, let's say we want to have a landing page for ourselves. Well, we can create any page we have in mind here. For example, let's bring up the block page we had created so we can copy its title and header again without having to recreate it. Here, editing with Elementor opens up for me, bringing my template for us, and this is the template. No, sorry, I need to go here for this page. This is for the loop, and this is the internal page. I can also open the single blog page or my single post. I copy this again and bring it here, then paste it into the Elementor page. I will delete this because I need to use the product title. It went up again. I need to use the specific product title. I center this and say, read my product title, define its font, set it to 39. I can define its weight to 700 and set its color to white. Now I want to create something two-part here again. Well, I want it to give me some elements on the right side, or we can display your product price here. I say, sir, I also want to display your product price here with a style, but right now we say we have our style and we want to put it. If we want to add some product meta or something, we can. I want to put the product image. I say, sir, this T, the image of my product, this should be placed on the left side. I want the content of my product to be displayed for me. I put the product content down here. Now I give it the style I have in mind. I say, sir, your color is the same. I say the style should be 19 pixels. The font weight should be default, and I set this to 1.8. Right? I mean, whatever I have in mind, now I can define a box for it. If I want to add something before and after it, and the options I can put, for example, I added it to my purchase record. I put it here. You say, sir, do you want to add a quantity? For example, the issue of buttons or the quantity you want, I can completely disable the quantity. And I can say, sir, let the button be full width, right? And I can tell it the style, say, sir, set the background color to blue, for example. Adjust my font size to 19 pixels, which is a bit much, so I say 15. I can set the padding and other things I have in mind for it, say, sir, make it 10 from the top and 10 from the bottom as well. Now, regarding this price discussion, I can also center align it, set its color, if I have something in mind, and do the same with its typography. However, if, for example, I give it a negative margin of 20, I can easily add numbers. Or the discussion of Toman and dollar. It becomes, sir, I added it to my purchase talk. I can add a title for it. Or if I want a header above this to add and write. Registering for the course, or this becomes my title. I actually want to center it. Actually write register. Now, let's move on to its style and say, sir, set its color to black for me. Now, if it matches with the other elements I want, I'll set this one to 20 pixels as well. Or at 900, whatever color I have in mind, and I can also draw a line below it, a 3-div, or because it has elements that are useful to me if I have them. For example, I can define all the products that are sorted or all the courses that are sorted. I can define all the elements I need on that page. If I have product metadata, I can add my product metadata down here or anywhere I have in mind. Again, if I want to add a comment, for example, I currently don't have more categories. It can add a series of additional metadata for me. Now I can define the product inventory for it, a short description, and other items. Now down here, I also want to add a comment section and say if my comments can be placed here. Search my comments here. For example, I can give a carousel of user-generated comments. I can add a post comment here if it's intended. And just like that, guys, I can define its rating or show the quantity of products for me. This has been saved for me. And once again, I will refresh it. It builds my page based on my data. Now, just to convert this price to Persian, we can easily go to our admin panel into the WooCommerce settings and set our unit to Toman because we had installed the Persian WooCommerce plugin. I say here, sir, I want my unit to be Toman, Naka, and I want it to be on the left side. Wow, this becomes the price. Now we can set it to the right side. And it will happen. Guys, it's that easy to design the pages we create according to the original design. So, I need to follow the steps one after another. In the first step, I need to conduct a needs assessment for the entire project. In the second step, I come to design the skeleton or wireframe of my site. After that, I define the guidelines, colors, fonts, and sizes. And then I move on to the prototypes. Based on the project's needs, I also install the desired plugins, such as Elementor, the Hello, Elementor theme itself, a paid plugin like WPML if I want it to be multilingual, and other items. If I need a font, I've learned how to add the font to the system. After that, I move on to the design, and I have 3 pages, such as the landing page, like the home page, like the services page, or like the About Us and Contact Us pages. Some pages are also category archive pages, like the blog or the product archive page. I can define templates for these with Elementor. And then I can design the internal pages, whether they are posts or products, based on the way I design my landing pages. And all of these guys can be implemented with Elementor itself and the plugins we have in mind. We just need to learn how to work with them. Up to this point, we have learned, and after this, experience comes into play. That means I have to practice so much that I can execute a good design in wireframe and prototype, and also be proficient when it comes to coding or designing the site. Thank you for staying with us throughout this course. Hopefully the course will be beneficial for you, and you will work on it. If you have any questions, you can stay in touch with us. Thank you.